Dude, imagine being so cringe that you have a crush on a fucking Skylander. Yeah, this is Flame Slinger. He was my crush as a child. And I decided for this video that I'm going to draw all my crushes from whenever I was a child because I have nothing better to do. And why not make a video on it? That'd be kind of fun, I thought. I ended up spending... I have no idea how long on this video. So, it was like 3 o'clock the last time I checked the time. It's almost 7. And now I am voicing over me drawing my cringe crushes because I just need to talk about them, I guess, and I thought it'd be kind of funny. Most people should also know the one that is going to be in this video later. If you do not, you are blessed. Oh my god. Anyways, so we're starting out with the first one, Flame Slinger from, the hit game Skylanders. My first experience, obviously, with this gentleman, was playing... This is so stupid. Was playing Skylanders Giants, the game where they did not have the ability to jump, and I hated it. Why didn't you add jumping into the game? I need to know this. What the hell? Anyways, I have him. The one that I was showing in the video is actually from Skylanders Trap Team. Great game. Still play the game. And I have an entire box full of Skylanders that I might show later. Not in this video, though, because this one is just pure cringe of me talking about my childhood crushes. And oh, there he is, guys. Who would have known? Chevel. That was when I was 12. We're gonna talk about him later, though. We're gonna talk about another guy, though. His name is Dust. He's from Dust and Elysium Tale. Great game. It's a furry game. And I respect that game so much. You have no idea. That game shaped me as a child. It gave me all the love that I have for my characters now, which is to throw them in a vat of lava. If you know, you know. If you don't know, by the way, Dust... And to be honest, let's be real, Skylanders did not have an effect on me as much as my writing. This is more or less just like my thing of saying, hey, I love these characters, and this is why. Flame Singer, I was a kid, and he was a green elf midget, man. Love him. He's great. No complaints. 10 out of 10. Dust, from Dust and Elysium Tale. Great guy. First character I ever got to experience that had trauma. He was my childhood crush from whenever I was about 8, I'm going to say, because I have no actual idea when, but I'm pretty confident it was whenever I was 8 years old. Anyways, this guy shaped how I love my traumatic stories for my characters just a little bit, if it wasn't also then reinforced so hard by the existence of Soul Eater. But we're not talking about Soul Eater, we're talking about Dust. So, this game will be my absolute top favorite game ever to ever exist. As of right now, because, could change in the future, but first game I ever played, first game where I ever met a traumatic character who had, super intense plot reasons of being the way he is, and that was having an evil soul and a non-evil soul, and I love him for that. He is the GOAT. The GOAT, I will say. And as you know, Ramble is, Ramble does, I also didn't realize that I needed to talk closer to my phone because that's where my mic is. I am intelligent today. But, that's just Dust. Because, you can't really have a compelling story without death. I say, slightly referencing something, once again. Who knows? This was also just meant to be like a little yap session. I haven't yapped to something in a while, so I thought it'd be kind of nice for me to yap more towards my little obsessions, which, honestly, I should probably just talk about the elephant in the room. May or may not have a lot to say. If you haven't played the 2 Monster Hunter story games. Cringe, I guess. You don't have to play them. You don't have to watch them. But there will be spoilers, maybe, because I just want to talk about the next most emo, little, anger shithead that I can possible. And that ended up being an entire part of my channel, and I am so sorry for the people who actually saw this. So, here we go. Shovel, from when I was 12 to 13 years old. This, I already made a character, thing on this already. I obviously stole this design whenever I was a child, and then turned him into my own thing. He is now an alien, and probably way more trauma. Just riddled with health issues. And he is probably more contagious of the plague than a dead rat from from the Black Plague era. I'm gonna be so honest about that. Anyways, so in the game, because I have nothing better to talk about right now, you're like this guy's childhood friend. You meet him, and then you watch as in the village, his mother dies. So that was fun. He goes to hunt down that monster. We end up killing it instead because that's the responsible 12-year-old we are. And he was really angry that we did that. But whatever, he stormed off anyway, so we had to go on an entire Naruto plot of finding Sasuke. But instead, this one was finding Shovel, and we had to then save the universe because we were the chosen ones with the special Pokemon known as Rathalos. Really fun game. Love that game. Second game, I genuinely squealed so hard because, spoilers, obviously. I already said it. But in the second game, we actually get to see Shovel again. And that's crazy. That was absolutely insane to me. I literally squealed so hard, but my boyfriend was also playing the game, and every time that I tried to tell him about this thing that I was geeking about so much just happened, I had to sit there and basically just make a bunch of noises and hope he didn't understand me. And thankfully, he didn't. But dear God, the sounds that I made just sitting there trying to, expressing me being like, oh my God, and then, kind of thing, was insane. Who knew, though, that the redhead with a blue bandana and yellow eyes, and if you're thinking from Reki from Skate the Infinity, you're wrong. It was this guy named Cheval. That just means horse in French. I have gotten so many comments about people telling me that Cheval just means horse in French. It is insane. So, yes, I do know that Cheval means horse in French. And also, every time they pronounced Cheval's name in the game, I cringed so hard because I was reading it because I played the Japanese version where everything, wasn't in English. So everybody in the English release pronounced his name as Cheval, and it made me want to claw my eyes out because I can. So, yeah. It also looks like I have 10 minutes to still yap. So, no script, no kind of thing. We're just going straight in. No balls. What's something cringe that I can say? I made an entire series on my self-insert to the Monster Hunter Stories game and my version of Cheval, who I, for some reason, Sakura'd his hair, and I don't know why there's so many references to Naruto right now, but whatever. I decided, this would be a great idea. I'm gonna turn him into my self-insert's lover, because I didn't know what self-shipping was, and I thought I was genuinely using him as my own character, because I thought I was being super creative and not totally being a Sans fangirl and then stealing a character. Anyways, I was totally being a Sans fangirl and made an account on YouTube where it was insert my OC's name loves insert canon, which was just Cheval from Monster Hunter. Yes, I did do that. Yes, that channel still exists. Have fun finding it. If you find it, you get a gold star. If you don't, that's okay. because I'm kind of hoping you don't. Anyways, I don't know. I just really liked these characters as a kid, and I thought it was really cool, like, meeting other people who liked characters kind of the same amount I did, which, going back to Dust, was insane finding out that other people actually knew about this game. There is an entire server filled with these guys, and they're super sweet and super awesome. Oh my god, I did not know that this many people actually liked this little indie game as much as I did. Also, if you're wondering, yes, I had to add the little headcanon onto Dust where he had the little tiny cheek scar. Because there's a thing where you use a power-up and you can just smack yourself in the face with your sword like an idiot. And I had to add that because I, at some point, decided to do like a run where I would just see how far I could get into the game without smacking myself. Lo and behold, I didn't want to keep that up because I was also showing my boyfriend at the time this game. And low-key, I just wanted him to see the voice line that would happen. So I did it anyways. Yes, I did do that, just so then I could show it off. But whatever, it was my choice. I wanted to do it. 'Cause I can. Anyways, I also had to exclude some characters from my little drawing. Unfortunately, I really could have just made this thing bigger because I already, like, taped a piece of paper to another piece of paper and was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be so goated, you know, doing this, expanding the sheet of paper because I totally didn't fuck it up and, like, didn't add enough room for myself to actually draw this because I had zero planning whenever I went in to go draw this. But whatever, man, like, whatever, who cares? I certainly didn't, because I just gave up and rage baited myself into not having the correct colors anywhere, so I just used watercolor and Sharpies, because originally this was just going to be like a highlighter thing, but my highlighters were kind of dying, and I just kind of wanted to, like, draw the thing. Also, my Copics are all completely dead, because I owned those since, like, beginning years high school. So all my markers are, like, almost dying. So, again, just rage baited myself, grabbed the paint that I stole from my art class. Yes, I stole 2 things. It was kind of during COVID, so whatever. I got a second one, so that was kind of cool, but, you know, it's more fun saying that I stole it, because I have a giant bag full of pens with that. But anyways, back onto the characters. Of course my voice is now dying the moment I try to record this, but whatever's, I guess. Haha. Dust, I don't know what hit me as a small child, but I have to play his game, like, every now and again. I almost did it, like, annually kind of thing. If anybody wants to know, I have a hit combo of over 10,000. I think I'm at, like, 13 something. If you got a higher hit combo, no you don't, because I'm better at this game, and nobody is better at this game than me, so shut up. Even though I'm totally not, like, you know, guys, it doesn't matter that I don't have, like, all 4 stars in all the dungeons, but whatever, don't mention that, oh my god, it's gonna be so stupid whenever I have to go back and look at this, but whatever. I'm still looking at the Skylander that I had to draw in this image because, oh my god, Skylanders is such a good game. By the way, if you are going to play Skylanders, I recommend playing, like, Trap Team. Not Trap Team. It is Trap Team. I'm stupid. Play Skylanders Trap Team over, like, anything else. That game? Goated. Love that game. Still haven't found a Chaos Crystal in the wild. I am still mad. And speaking of being still mad, because, you know what? I talk about this every time I talk about my Skylanders. Whenever I was a kid, me and my brother, we loved this game, right? We had, like, hundreds of dollars worth of Skylanders. And it was probably over hundreds of dollars worth of Skylanders. Because at the time, we were collecting them whenever they were coming out. So, yeah, that was expensive. Not to me, though. My dad bought them all for us, and we were very, very grateful. Anyways, my mom sold all of them without telling us, and our Wii. I'm mostly mad about the Skylanders. We bought a Wii later. And, you know, it was mainly me. I mainly have this, like, weird rule where I just have to find things in the wild. So, me and my brother literally spent, like, years, like, recollecting all of these Skylanders. Especially whenever we started getting paid child support money. Then we just decided, you know what? We're gonna go down to this comic book shop and we're gonna spend our money, because it was given to us, it was our money, and spend them on Skylanders. And we rebuilt our Skylander collection from the ground up with the money that our dad gave us. So our dad just initially like respent like a bunch of money on Skylanders again. Kind of amazing, kind of funny, really sad also at like the same time, but whatever. I say. We also bought like a chunk of them whenever we became adults, so don't worry. I did use my adult spending money to buy Skylanders like any responsible adult would do. I've spent my money on dumber, but you know, the Skylanders were mainly worth it. The Skylanders were mainly worth it. Anyways, about Shovel, once again, because, you know, I have to talk about this guy. Stole him as a character. Obviously, this guy has been a part of my life for way longer than I actually realized. So that's cool. I'm also thinking about making something else different with him. Might do that later, might announce it later. I do know, though, in the second video that I'm going to be making of My Little Crushes, I'm going to be showing off 2 different characters, and then that video is going to segue into a very special thing I have been making. I don't know when it's going to come out, but I am finally doing it. I'm finally making a comic. It's not involving Shovel, though. I'm sorry. But, yeah, I finished it. I was really happy with how this came out. I did get mad, and I didn't finish Flame Slinger's bow holster thing, but whatever, we don't talk about that. Bye!